my broski. So in order to make the most insane early 2000 type beats, as well as having a super catchy melody as main foundation of the beat, you'll also need to be able to create the right bounce drums suitable for the melody you're working on. And that's the reason why in today's video I'm gonna be assessing my sound selection process when making the drums for early 2000 type beats. We're also gonna go through the mixing process of the sounds as well as through the arrangement of the beat. And if you're ready, let's get into it. Alright, I'm first gonna start by showcasing the melody, and I've actually set the tempo at 96 BPM. So as first element, I started with the nylon guitar from Xenology, which is called Nylon Beauty. So as you can see, I used the F minor chord progression, and if you notice on the first bar we have this chord and this other one, and then we also have this other one which only has 2 notes, and for some reason it sounded good just with 2 notes, and this is the way I wrote the piano roll. And then once I got that, I press Alt plus S, and then as you can see we can play around with the strumizer. Yeah, something like that. And I actually like to use this trick basically anytime I'm using an acoustic guitar, and pretty much the first 2 bars repeat for the whole length of the melody. So for the mixing of the sound, we have a little bell over here right between the mid end and the low end of the frequencies, and then we also have a little boost of the frequencies on the high end. Now I also use a little bit of stereo enhancer just to phase the sound a little bit. Now for the next element, we have another acoustic guitar, but this one really sounds a lot metallic, and in fact it's called 2000's something STR Metallic GT. Bro, I don't know what that stands for though, but it sounds good. So the concept here was basically to use it more as a counter melody. I didn't really want to use like chords with this sound here because I didn't feel like it sounded good for chords, but it really suited a counter melody kind of job. And for the mixing of the sound, we have a cut on the low end and a little reduction of the high end, and yet again the stereo enhancer in which I phased the sound again. And then lastly, I started to separate the sound a little bit because I didn't want it to be too mono. Now for the next element, we have another guitar which is called nylon guitar. Very simple. So as you can see, this is pretty much the main element of the melody. Of course, it is supported by the other elements which I showcased before, but actually this was the sound that properly set the tone of the melody. And what I did here was to basically match the vibe of the chords. As you can see, the notes here are not the ones that you see in the chords, but they really match the vibe of the chords. So after that, I added some strings, and I used the strings of Winner from Sonoscore. And these ones that are very basic, there's nothing too crazy to say about this, but they basically follow the rhythm of the melody and also of course the chord progression. So at this point it was actually time to spice the melody a little bit, so I added some strings and I used the Spitfire chamber strings. Bro, you already know I love Spitfire strings, man. They sound clean, man. And in this melody right here, I use the spiccato mode, and I've actually used them at the end of the 2nd and the 6th bar. And if you notice, the only difference between the 2 times in which they play is that on the first time I have this note right here in G, whereas on the 2nd time I have it on C, so that it goes like this, and then it goes like this, you know, just to change things a little bit. Now we got some more strings, and I use the ensemble strings Marcato. And as you can see, I use them on the 4th and then again on the 8th bar. Now super clean ass sound, which is a distorted guitar, which is called Cosmic Searing. So basically with these kind of sounds, I really like to use them to enhance the nostalgic vibe of the melody. And then I've also added some more strings, and these ones are the 15 strings, which are some ensemble strings, and they basically follow the root note of the melody, and then over here they kind of do their own thing. I would really suggest you using ensemble strings and put them in the background just to kind of enhance the ambience of the melody. Now last but not least, sound, bro. This is only for the pros, bro. I use the clavinet, bro. This sounds clean, bro. Look. And I really like to use these kind of sounds really in the background, like a secondary element, just to put them there and to let the listener hear them, but without actually making it stand out too much. But overall, this is the end result of the melody. Alright, so first thing first, we're gonna put the master channel preset, which is included in my latest drum kit, Tycoon bro, link in description. So now we're gonna set the melody to the mixer channel. We're just gonna press track over here. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is to put an EQ, and I'm gonna cut the low end just like this, and I'm gonna put it at 140 hertz, something like this, and I'm gonna try boosting a little bit the high end just like this. Yeah, this should be fine. Now at this point, I'm gonna put a compressor. And now I'm gonna reduce the gain. I like to have the melody playing around these decibels right here, like between 12 and 9, even 9.5. And then I'm also gonna put a limiter, which I'm gonna show you later on how I'm gonna use them. So as first element with this kind of beats, I usually like to start with a clap or a snare or even a rim. But for this melody in particular, I think I'm gonna use a clap, and it really depends on the vibe of the melody, bro. There ain't no rule, but I really like to listen through the melody and try using either a clap or a snare and see which one works the best. And I really feel like this clap is the best one for the melody. And the very first thing that we're gonna do with the clap is to set the foundation and the direction for the drums, because the clap and the kick are really gonna determine how the drums are gonna be spread out throughout the drum pattern. So I'm gonna do something like this, should be fine over there. Yeah, like this is fire. So we're gonna duplicate the whole thing, and I'm also gonna give it some variation over here because I don't want it to be the same exact thing. Yeah, fire. So this is what we're gonna have as far as for the clap. I'm also gonna send it to the mixer channel, which is something that I forgot to do, bro. And I would normally like to use my clap and snare channel preset for the mixing, but I'm gonna actually show you how I'm gonna process it. So as first thing, I'm gonna use the Common Crusher to properly distort the sound, and I'm gonna use the British Clean preset. And then I'm also gonna use a little bit of EQ. I'm gonna cut the low one around here, just like this. And then I'm also gonna cut a little bit of the high end, just like this. And then I'm gonna reduce the volume a little bit. Sounds a lot better, but I actually like to use my own presets because they sound the best. So I think I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna remove this note over here and also over here so that it sounds like this. Because I'm definitely gonna fill up a lot of gaps with perks and effects, so I don't wanna have too many things going on already. Now I'm gonna put a kick. Yeah, this one's speaking to me, man. I'm gonna lie. So we're gonna send it to the mixer channel as well. And this one here, bro, we're gonna sidechain it with the melody. And now I'm gonna show you what I wanted to do with the Fruit limiter. So basically, I use the limiter to sidechain either the melody or the 808. And over here, if you follow the steps that I showed you, you're gonna be able to see the kick like this. You select it, and then you reduce the threshold just like this, and you boost the ratio a little bit. And then if you put a note on C, you're gonna be able to see the sidechain on the melody, and this is the the sidechain is the purple area. And now I'm gonna apply the kick preset, which is, bro, literally the volume and the EQ, but yeah, simple as. Yeah, I like this bounce, but I feel like the clap is kind of disturbing, so I'm gonna move it over here. I'm gonna remove this note over here like this, and I think I'm still gonna keep a note over here. Yeah, this is the bounce I was looking for. Yeah, something like this will definitely work. Alright, so now I'm gonna put a shaker. Yeah, this one's fire. And we're gonna put some notes like this. And we're gonna repeat it for the rest of the bars. Right, at this point that we basically have all the main elements of the beat, it is time to put the perks. And for when putting the perks, bro, there literally is no rule, man. It really depends on your vibe and your sound and everything, and your style as well. Let's also add some open hats. Alright, let's also add some effects. Now I also want to use a perk loop, but I'll need to be careful because I already have quite a lot of sounds, so I don't want to overdo with shit. Yeah, this one's fire, man, and I'm only gonna use this part here. Alright, I feel like this sound here, it is kind of too repetitive, so I'm gonna remove it on the first bar. You see what I mean? Now I'm gonna duplicate the whole thing. Alright, now that we properly set the foundation of the beat, I'm gonna put the 808, and I'm gonna use the Trinity 808 from Tycoon, bro. Link in the description, man. Link in the description. Yeah, it's fire, bro. We're gonna duplicate the whole thing. At this point, we actually have all the elements of the drums, and now it is time for the arrangement. So what we're gonna do is to right click on the pattern, and then we're gonna do split by channel. And as you can see, we have all the elements that were included in the pattern number 1, and I'm gonna select them all by pressing on the first one, and then we press shift and we select the last one and we drag them into the playlist. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is to work on the intro. So I think I'm gonna use just 2 bars for the intro, and I'm gonna put the melody over here. I think I'm actually gonna use 4 bars, so I'm gonna select everything and I'm gonna move like this. I actually want to use another part of the melody, so I think I'm gonna use this one because I know that that is the most quiet part of the melody and I don't want to have too many things already going on in the intro, so I'm gonna use that part. So before the drop, I'm gonna play with the kick and some other sounds. So I'm gonna use the pattern of the kick and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna do like this. Alright, I feel like I need a scratch. Something like this. yeah, we might as well use a riser as well. I'm also gonna try using the pattern of the shaker and see if I can use it before the drop of the beat. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, man. I think here I'm gonna make a break of the sounds. So as you can see here, I removed the 808s pattern intentionally because I felt like it was right to have a break over there. And now I'm gonna reintroduce all the drums over here. I'm also gonna duplicate this stuff here because I feel like it actually makes sense having it. Yo, this part is cold, man. Look. Fire, man. Fire, fire, fire. Super proud of this beat, bro. Right, so I'm gonna duplicate this whole thing like this. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. I don't really want to add anything else. My man, thanks a lot for watching today's video. Once again, if you want to get the same exact presets, the quality, the mixing, the sounds, and everything, the perks, bro, the facts, everything that you've seen from today's tutorial, make sure that you get Tycoon first, link down below in the description. And I'm gonna let you have a listen to the full beat. Bro, if you've enjoyed today's tutorial, make sure that you leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and bro, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Stepuz. And other than that, I'ma see you on the next time. Bye.